Hey, what's good? I'm doing a interesting video for you guys. So I'm going to do a prediction video, which I've seen other people do over like their PSA grade like predictions, and so that's what I want to do in this video. So if you guys saw my post tab, these are the three horse cards I submitted yesterday to PSA through GameStop. So I don't really have that clear of a picture for grading, but hopefully I'll have some of my predictions kind of close to what I'm thinking, so what the grade might be. So when I was doing the uh, cards in the card saver and all of that stuff, I noticed at the back of the top of the crested summer, the miscut was low nicked here and there. So that might knock it to like a 7 or maybe like an 8, but maybe like a 7, which wouldn't be terrible. It'd still be a respectable grade from what I've heard other people talk about. And then, I went to Magic Friday or Tuesday night this week when I'm recording this, and I had a friend take a look at one of my previous promo across the summers. I think it was a new one that I had just got, and there was like a little white spot in one of the corners, which might knock it to a 9, which I wouldn't be surprised. It may get past one of the graders, but I'll have to see. But the other one, the first one that I had got, I didn't really take a close look at, but it looked pretty clean to me from what I could tell. So I'm hoping that one will be a 10, one will be a 9, and then the miscut might be a 7, maybe an 8, depending on how they look at it. So that's just kind of my predictions for what the grades might be. So I submitted it yesterday, which is the 2nd of July, and so it takes 65 days for a return. So I might get stuff by early September time. Um, but I'll just have to see. And then the other thing that I'll have to see what happens with, as well as if one of the previous promos does get a 10, that'd be the first one that will have grade of the 06, which I have a regular copy on me next to me of 06. This is the signed one, which I did not send in. These signatures usually tend to go for a pretty penny. So didn't really want to deal with that right at the moment. But if one does get 10 of the previous promo, there's no telling what the value could be on it. So I don't think it would exceed the amount that GameStop had for their price, because not like in the sealed they're like about $10, so about 7 to 10 basically. And so if it did get a 10, I would see probably the grade being like maybe $300 if it's a 10. And then I'm not quite sure what the miscut would be either if it gets like a 7. So I might have a slight upcharge that I might have to pay, but I'll just have to wait and see when I get to that point. But if I do have to pay an upcharge for something, I'm more than happy to pay that for if it gets a really awesome grade on something like this. So but yeah, so that's just kind of my predictions for the horse cards that I sent in. So so I'll definitely make a video on it when I get them back in from GameStop and all that. The process went really smoothly for sending stuff in and all that stuff. The only complaint that I have is the card savers. I did not like putting my cards in those, but for shipping and all that stuff, I do understand that card savers do make cards not move, so I do understand that. So, but that's the only part that I did not like about the whole thing is just putting the cards in those. But other than that, it went smoothly. No issues. So, but yeah, I'll make a video sometime in September, I hope, over the return of these. And so yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Alright, there you guys.